In October of 2011, the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors voted in an immigrant detainer policy that would effectively stop the county jail system from responding to ICE Detainer Requests. The policy, nationally heralded as a display of how a local county could exert control over ever-changing and divisive federal immigration policies, has helped build back needed trust between the immigrant communities and local law enforcement. Since the implementation of the policy, over 300 individuals have been able to stay with their local families and communities and not be sent into deportation proceedings. Yet even as Santa Clara County's immigrant detainer policy is helping build an inclusive public safety model locally and is being used as a blueprint for other regions with high immigrant populations, there is a current review by the county on whether the policy should stay as it is or be rescinded. A broad-based coalition of community service providers, faith leaders, and immigrant families have been appealing to elected officials to keep the current immigrant detainer policy that builds trust and cooperation with local law enforcement, promotes equal treatment of all under the law, and allows all residents to build a safe Santa Clara County.
My name is Charisse Domingo and I'm with Silicon Valley DBUG. DBUG is an active member of the Santa Clara County Fire Coalition. On Sundays at DBUG, we have families who come here who have cases within the criminal justice system or immigration systems that need the support of the community to get through the cases that they're going through.
Mi nombre es Araceli y mi hijo es Eduardo. Fue víctima de un crimen, lo golpearon, lo dejaron ahí tirado, vino la policía y lo llevó al hospital. Los detectives mandaron una carta a la casa diciendo que varias veces le estaban llamando por teléfono a él y que no contestaba. No contestaba por la razón de que él estaba detenido por migración.
I am Father John Pettigo. I am the pastor at Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish. I am a packed priest. We have about 6,500 to 7,000 people coming through the doors every weekend. A very active community. Many are living in the Mayfair community, but we also draw upon a wider community of undocumented people that live in the east side San Jose.
My name is Ernesto Perez. I'm from Mexico. I'm part from Our Lady Guadalupe. PAC is people acting in community together.
Every day at Mass we have people praying for their sons who are in detention. Many of them are deeply fearful about being deported.
Para mí era muy difícil que Eduardo no estuviera conmigo porque él siempre me ha ayudado con sus hermanos también económicamente y yo sufría bastante porque no tenía quien me cuidara a mis hijos, no tenía ayuda de él.
What I've seen how deportations have affected families, it's very stressful. There's the financial cost, there's the physical stress, there's the worry about how the person is going to survive emotionally, mentally, throughout the detention proceedings that they're going to go through.
Cuando él me llamó y me dijo que tenía orden de deportación, para mí fue muy duro pensar que lo fueran a deportar porque yo no podía ir a verlo. Por mis niños que tengo chiquitos no podía dejarlos, no sabía qué hacer.
Undocumented people already have a very tense relationship with law enforcement. There's already pre-existing conditions. There's concerns about profiling. There's concerns about being stopped at street corners just to check a license. People are very reticent to have an open and positive relationship with patrol officers. They're very reluctant to state what is happening with violence in the streets, and that leaves many of our community members quite vulnerable.
The trust between our communities and the law enforcement, it's very fragile. When we live with fear, we close the doors, we close the windows, we not cooperate with any investigation.
Undocumented families are part of the community just as much as folks who are documented or citizens. The relationship shouldn't be any different between local law enforcement and them. But because of these immigration policies that make its way through the criminal justice system, whether it's through courts, whether it's through the police departments, that will dictate how folks in the immigrant community will interact with police.
Most of the undocumented are related or married into or have documented American citizens in their own families. And so this is not just an entire segregated population of undocumented people, but they're very much woven into the fabric of our society. So this policy affects in very deep and profound ways the documented or the American population.
Any change on that policy, of course, make a big step backward.
A rollback of the policy would be very destructive to people. It's already creating some concern and fear in the children who don't want their parents to be deported. And there's this kind of concern about, overall concern about deportation. But the real concern about detainers really comes down to the fact that people need to trust the justice system in the United States.
The Board of Supervisors should just stand with the original decision that they made, which was we are not going to honor ICE holds and limit the access of ICE into the jails.
What you don't want to do is separate those messages or give conflicting messages, but then at that point you have no network of security and cooperation that's necessary for any kind of community work.
We need this policy to stay in place because there are families that are counting on this policy.